This week, Ukip looks set to win its first elected Member of Parliament after the Tory's Clacton MP Douglas Carswell stunned everybody by defecting. The UK terror threat was raised to severe amid fears that jihadists from Iraq and Syria would return to this country, and the second beheading of a US journalist by ISIS terrorists raised the prospect of Britain joining US airstrikes. You could hear the squeals of anguish from Tory party headquarters right across Westminster as the Eurosceptic defector said he did not believe Cameron would ever lead the UK out of the EU, no matter what Brussels did. Nigel Farage's permagrin grew even larger as it appeared certain Carswell would be UKIP's first MP, and he hinted there were others thinking of following Carswell's honourable lead. That hasn't happened yet. But the Euro divide inside the Tory party is back with a vengeance. Home Secretary Theresa May announced the raising of the terror threat, which meant an attack against Britain was now highly likely.
JTAC has today raised the threat level for the UK from international terrorism, from substantial to severe. That means that a terrorist attack is highly likely. But there is no intelligence to suggest that an attack is imminent. The increase in the threat level is related to developments in Syria and Iraq, where terrorist groups are planning attacks against the West. Some of those plots are likely to involve foreign fighters who have travelled there from the UK and Europe to take part in the conflict.
And the latest barbaric execution of a hostage by an English-speaking terrorist raised demands for tougher action against ISIS.
I'm sure that the whole House and the whole country will join with me in condemning the sickening and brutal murder of another American hostage and share our shock and anger that it again appears to have been carried out by a British citizen. All our thoughts are with the British hostage and his family. Their ordeal is unimaginable. But let me be very clear. This country will never give in to terrorism. Our opposition to ISIL will continue at home and abroad.
There were suggestions that Cameron may now be moved to join the US in launching airstrikes against ISIS, but Labour's Peter Hain put his finger on the big problem there, saying the strikes would have to follow ISIS into Syria. Cameron has flatly refused to do any deals with the dictator Assad over such moves, and that could yet prove an insurmountable obstacle to defeating ISIS militarily. And that's it for this week. To keep up to date with all the political news from Westminster, go to ibtimes.co.uk.